Good evening students. So far you learned about the applications of specific heat. Now today you will learn about determination of specific heat of a solid. Solid here nothing but lead shot. See, lead shots are being taken here as solid. Now we have an arrangement here. We have to take a calorimeter, do fill with water, 1/3 part of calorimeter, and do put one laboratory thermometer and stirrer. Why we are using stirrer here? To mix lead salts. You are going to learn. And one wooden box. See, mass of the calorimeter. Mass of the calorimeter. What about this mass? Mass of the calorimeter equal to m1. Now do one thing. That calorimeter should be filled with water. About 1/3 part. Now the mass of water and calorimeter equal to m2. Only mass of the calorimeter m1. When you fill with water, the total mass equal to m2. Now only mass of the water. Only mass of the water. If you want to calculate only mass of the water, m2 minus m1, because calorimeter m1, water plus calorimeter equal to m2, therefore water, the mass of water equal to m2 minus m1. Do remember this. Total materials are at T1 temperature initially. Whether it could be calorimeter, water, initially they are at T1 temperature. Initial temperature equal to T1. Next, to which specific heat should be determined? That is nothing but lead shot. Do heat up a lead shot. Your wish, lead shots taken into copper vessel and do heat up to 100 degrees centigrade. Do transfer immediately into calorimeter. See, temperature of the calorimeter, initial temperature of calorimeter water equal to T1, you know well. Take a few lead shots, heat them up to 100 degrees centigrade, and their temperature after gain heat 100 degrees centigrade, which is the maximum temperature, which is nothing but T2. Transfer the lead shots quickly into the calorimeter. Without heat loss, you have to transfer. Of course, some negligible heat losses should be there. You have to neglect. And now measure this temperature T3, mixer temperature. You know well, after transfer this copper vessel to calorimeter, where lead shots has 100 degrees centigrade, they definitely lose heat to the water. Water at normal temperature, more temperature. See, after heat loss to the water, the final temperature of the mixture equal to T3. Now if you would like to calculate only mass of the calorimeter, equal to M3. Mass of the calorimeter equal to M3. Now see, only mass of the lead shots, only mass of the lead shots, mass of the lead shots, see, lead shot plus water plus calorimeter equal to M3, because total calorimetry, total calorimeter mass M3. Here in this calorimeter you have lead shots, water. That's why if you'd like to calculate only mass of the lead shots equal to M3 minus M2, because lead shot plus water plus calorimeter equal to M3, but water plus calorimeter M2. So M2, only lead shots equal to M3 minus M2. You have to remember this thing. See, calorimeter mass M1, water mass M2 minus M1, they were at initial temperature T1. Next, lead shots temperature T2, which is the highest temperature, 100 degrees centigrade. It is going to lose heat to the water after mixing. Next, mixer temperature T3, mass of the calorimeter, let it M3, only lead shots M3 minus M2. So far, of course, you have already learned about method of mixtures. There, heat lost by the hotter sample equal to, here hotter sample equal to lead shot, should be equal to, that heat should be gained by calorimeter and water. This calorimeter and water. That's why the heat lost by solid should be equal to the sum of heat gained by calorimeter and water, according to the method of mixtures. Students already know about heat should be in the form of, heat should be indicated with Q. It should be the product of mass, specific heat and temperature, nothing but delta T. It should be the heat always should be taken as the product of mass, specific heat and temperature. Here, three different materials are here. Calorimeter specific heat SC, lead shots L, water W. That's why while indicating specific heat of three different materials, water SW and lead shots SL and calorimeter SC, their individual specific heats, right? You know well, masses are different. Yeah, we have different masses are here. Calorimeter itself M1 and water itself M2 minus M1 and lead shots M3 minus M2. And temperatures, initial temperature T1, highest temperature T2, mixture temperature, mixture means after transfer the lead shots from copper vessel to water, into water calorimeter. The final temperature or mixture temperature should be T3. You have to remember, always T2 greater than T3 and this T3 greater than T1. You have to remember this thing, right? Now do apply method of mixtures formula here. Do remember students, always Q should be the should be the product of MST. Here different masses are here, different temperatures are here, different specific heats are here. You have to substitute. That's enough. According to the method of mixtures, heat lost by the solid. Here solid is nothing but lead shot. That 100 degrees centigrade should be lost by the solid to the water and calorimeter. Heat gained by calorimeter plus heat gained by water. The heat which is lost by lead shot should be distributed among calorimeter and water. Now you know well, always heat should be the product of mass, specific heat and temperature. What about the mass of lead shots? Lead shots mass M3 minus M2. You can refer. Lead shots mass M3 minus M2. Specific heat SL. L nothing but lead shots. And temperature change. Lead shots temperature, highest temperature T2, and the temperature change, how much temperature change, if you would like to know, you have to subtract mixer temperature from highest temperature T2. That much of heat lost by the lead shots, right? See, now heat gained by calorimeter mass M1, calorimeter specific heat SC, and temperature change T3 minus T1. Coming to the heat gained by the water mass M2 minus M1, specific heat SW, and T3 minus T1, temperature change. Now do take common as T3 minus T1 M1 SC plus M2 minus M1 SW. Now only our aim is to find specific heat of lead shots SL equal to T3 minus T1 M1 SC plus M2 minus M1 SW by here which is doing product. That's why M3 minus M2 T2 minus T3. Simple. In order to remember, first you have to which is common, mass as well, specific heats well. In order to remember this thing, first you have to subtract highest temperature T2 to mixer temperature. There you can get how much temperature change, that is T2 minus T3. Next, T3 minus T1, T3 minus T1 common. See, you can subtract T2 to T3. Another way, T3 to T1. Yes, more to less only you can subtract. Here into T2 T3, which is more T2. That's why you have to subtract T2 minus T3. If relatively comparing T3 T1, which is more T3, that's why T3 minus T1, T3 minus T1, T3 minus T1, T3 minus T1. The rest of common. Do remember, yes, first in temperature change T2 minus T3 in order to know how much temperature change. Yes, from lead shots to water and calorimeter, how much heat transferred. In order to know that, you have to subtract T3, that means mixture temperature or final temperature, from highest temperature T2. Why we are doing here? Simple. T3 which is less than T2, that's why no, leave it aside. Next, heat gained by the calorimeter. Heat nothing but MST multiple. So that's why M M1 calorimeter mass M1 specific heat of the calorimeter SC C indicates calorimeter and temperature change T3 minus T1. Delta T nothing but temperature change. Why sir only T3 minus T1? Because T3 is greater than T1. That's why you can subtract T3 minus T1. Next, water. Mass of water you know well, M2 minus M1, specific heat SW, and same common terms you have to take common M1 as M1. Coming to the next concept, there is no need to have a class. Evaporation, boiling, melting, fog, dew, latent heat of vaporization, latent heat of fusion. Do underline in your textbook and read well accurately. Values: latent heat of vaporization 540, latent heat of fusion 80, of course latent heat of ice. These numerical values are very important, and do learn, and you are going to write a text what we so far completed. Thank you.